Hello and welcome to another FAQ Monday, number 48 to be exact. And I will not do that pseudo-German accent all video, although I will if you ask me to. Don't tempt me. I will do horrible accents from now on. It'll be a thing. The viewership will plummet. It'll be disastrous. I'll end up on the cover of Entertainment Weekly saying, "What happened?" And I'll be like on the streets with my broken coffee mug. It'd be horrible. It's just ugly to think about. We're not even gonna think about it any longer. Instead, we're gonna answer some awesome questions. First question. Hey Fluff, what's the intro song on your videos? That intro song is called Failed, the intro song, and I first wrote it specifically for the Lace Deathbucker demo video right here. And then it just kind of ended up happening that it was an available song that I hadn't used in a while, and I started using it for the intro to the gear demos. And I redid the song when I had to do the Keith Merrow Jam Up Pro pack for the iPhone app. And actually what you guys hear every single time you watch a gear demo is Jam Up Pro. That's an iPad that you're hearing. The whole thing, with the exception of the drums, the bass and the guitar tones are all iPad. And I always get a kick out of people leaving comments that I get not infrequently saying, "Oh, how come you can't get that awesome tone on your intro, man? You should go for more of like that, like that tube amp tone and all that stuff." I just think that's an iPad. So you can buy it and download it, and I even did a lesson video right here that you can go and watch and link down below in the description. Hey Fluff, what do you think about removing lacquer and gloss that comes of the necks of some guitars? Do you have any experience regarding this? I absolutely hate the feel of lacquer, and I was wondering if it's possible to remove it. Thanks, Dad. Hello, son. So glad you're doing well. To answer your question, yes, I too hate the lacquer on the back of a lot of guitar necks, which is why I actually prefer satin. Satin is my favorite finish of all time, ever. On my Les Paul traditionals, in fact, they are obviously gloss finish, and what you can do, this is a little tip from Uncle Fluff, if I may, is you're gonna tape off the top of where your hand goes with some masking tape or some painter's tape, and you're gonna do the same thing on the heel of the neck. Now, if you have a bolt-on neck, you don't really have to worry about it, but just really for protection. And you're going to get a green Scotch-Brite pad, and you're going to wrap it around the back of the neck, and you're going to lightly, let me repeat that, lightly sand up and down. And what that's going to do is it's going to create teeny tiny pockets and scratches in the gloss finish, and that will make it feel like a pseudo satin finish. And what it's actually doing is just creating air pockets for your hand to glide over. And it's basically reducing the friction surface of the back of the neck. I've done this for many guitars for many years. I did it on my white Schecter years ago. I absolutely love it. And just make sure you don't go through all of the gloss, because you still want that sealing effect. So like I said, don't press down on the back of the neck, but just wrap your palm around the back of the neck with a Scotch-Brite pad and just gently go up and down evenly. And you will have a nice smooth neck that will no longer get all nasty and sticky to the back of your hand if you start sweating. In last video, you've mentioned that you're a rock documentaries fan. Can you tell your favorites? Yes, there are several, especially lately, that have come out that have just been absolutely amazing. I even made myself a little list here on my iPad so I wouldn't forget any of them. The first one I really like is George Harrison, Living in the Material World. This was actually made by Martin Scorsese and is a two-part documentary. Currently, you can find it on HBO Go for free if you have HBO, but if not, I think it's gonna be released or was released in some form in other formats. The second documentary is also on HBO Go, and it's called Mr. Dynamite, The Rise of James Brown. Now, this documentary, I was just, I couldn't get up. I was hungry when I was watching it, and I didn't want to get up and eat. I didn't want to pause it. Amazing, amazing documentary. This guy, James Brown, is already a legend, and you know exactly why once you watch this documentary. It's just mind-blowingly good. Highly recommend it. Netflix users, you can currently watch Muscle Shoals on Netflix. It's been on there for quite a while. It's basically a documentary of the famous Down South studio that made countless hits in the 60s. And once you start watching, you just go, oh yeah, I know that. Oh yeah, I know that too. Oh wow. Oh, I thought that was somebody else, you know, whatever. I was just constantly going, oh wow. And it's just a well done documentary, and it won a few awards as well. The next one is a classic already. It's been out for about a year, 2 years, I think. PJ20. It's a documentary of the story of Pearl Jam, and it's made by Cameron Crowe, who did the Singles movie and did Almost Famous, and it's just so well done, and there's period footage. It's actually like he started making this documentary in 1990. He had a camera on at the time and was filming his friends' new band, Pearl Jam, and it continues all the way up to present day. So there's period footage of Eddie Vedder talking about having just joined the band and showing just this amazing concert footage, and the whole thing is incredible. Highly recommend it. That's on Netflix and Amazon and all that stuff. The next one is Rush, Beyond the Lighted Stage. This documentary blew my mind. I've always been a Rush fan. I am not a hardcore Rush fan. I have 2112 and a few other ones, but you know, I don't sit there and listen to it. I don't have Rush shirts and Rush hats, and I don't go and see them every time they come to town. However, I've always respected what they've done, and they've kept it real their entire careers, and I like that. So I give the documentary a watch, and it's amazing. I don't know where they found the footage of some of this stuff, but you can actually watch Alex Lifeson as a 17-year-old punk kid at the dinner table with his super traditional Russian parents, telling them that he's not going to go to college and he's going to go tour, and while he's smoking a cigarette. And it's amazing. I can't even, like, where did they get that footage? But they had a video camera rolling when he was breaking it to his parents that he was going to go on tour with his band Rush, for example. That's one of many examples, and just so well done. So well done. There's no slow moments, and definitely check that out. The last two are some of my favorite as well. Obviously, Sound City made a huge impact in the documentary world. Dave Grohl made it, directed it, and had the whole idea for it. Everyone knows about it. Sound City, if you don't already know about it, go check it out, about the legendary studio down in Van Nuys. And lastly, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Running Down a Dream. Highly recommend this documentary. It's very, very, very long, but it is so in-depth. It was made, I think, about 2008, and it covers the entire lifespan of Tom Petty's musical career and more. It's really unbelievable. There are so many things I had no idea about Tom Petty, the man himself, and the band, and the recording process, and it's so well done. It's very, very long, though. It's one of the longest documentaries on here. I think it's almost 3 hours, but well worth it. I think I bought it on Amazon for $6, something like that, so I can stream it anywhere I want. Highly recommend it. Go check that out. This week, I suggest you go check out this amazing video of an unknown band that re-recorded the entirety of Metallica's Saint Anger using good drum sounds and good guitar sounds, and they just beefed it up. They didn't change the song structure at all. They just basically covered the entire album, and you can watch them play the entire album with modern metal tones, and it's amazing. It holds up, and it's incredible, and it's way better than the actual album. Sorry to say. That's all I got time for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I am Fluff. If you have a question, please feel free to leave them down below in the comments or on my Ask FM questionnaire thing. And I'll see you next time. Fluff out. Check a mic, 1, 2. Wouldn't do it. Saxophone. Saxophone. Ooh, 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 ooh.